What's up, everybody? DB here with a special little quickie for The Walking Dead. I'm not actually going to be doing any gameplay here. I actually went through and played this. This is an amazing game, by the way, if you have not played it. I put it off for like at least a good year, and I am a complete friggin' dingling for doing so. I missed out on such a wonderful experience, the ability to talk about this experience with people who had already played it, and I knew nothing about it. But as I said, I am a dingling. 10 pounds of grade A dingling meat right in this seat. I don't know what the fuck that means. So, I want to talk to you guys about the season finale of Season 3, or what I like to refer to Season 3 as the ruining of the greatest arc in the comic books. Ugh, so sad. I don't know if you guys saw my little tweet about how keeping Andrea in the back room tied to a chair the entire season could have perhaps salvaged the season. They ruined what was one of the best characters in the entire comic book series. I mean, after Rick and Tyrese, I think Andrea was my favorite. She became like this sort of strong female character, a crack shot, like a sniper. I mean, she beat a lot of ass in the comic. They just made her just this typical little, you know, oh, I'm so wounded. I want to love. I need to love again. I wanted to kill myself, but I want to live. And like, you know, she hangs out with the governor. She's banging the governor. She's sitting there like, I know you have an aquarium full of heads, and I know that you have a little daughter who's a zombie that you keep locked up in the back and you feed human meat to it. But we could probably work through that. I think you're misunderstood. I go, alright, great. That was a brilliant character. I don't know if you guys watched last week. You should have. You know, they killed Merle. Terrible character. Deserved to die anyways. He was a character who was very one-dimensional in Season 1, then he goes away, and then somehow he becomes this focal point for Daryl. He's a complete ass, completely like as evil as it's gonna get. He should have, I mean, he was more of the governor than the freaking governor. And then suddenly, the very last episode, he has this streak of, I don't know, flash of kindness, and suddenly, like, I don't know if you watched Talking Dead afterwards, it's like, oh, he was always a hero, he was always a good guy. And it's like, no, he was a hero because of bad writing. Well, what are you going to do? So, I'm going to show you my stats when I went through here, because, I don't know, give you something to interact with. I was going to do something with, like, text or something, but honestly, I haven't messed around with friggin' Vegas that much to do that kind of crap. I need to talk to Wally, and as you all know, Wally's MIA. So, you see my stats, I'll talk. We'll get over it. First things first, the most important thing is who's gonna die. And I have a lot of opinions on who should die. You can almost kill like everybody, and I would be satisfied. Like, I'm gonna leave Rick. I'm not one of those dudes who's like a huge Daryl maniac. I think the character is okay. I don't know. I think crossbows are a little corny, but that's just me. I mean, it's a great change up from melee, I suppose. So, and you see I chose Doug over Carly there at the bottom. Much in the minority on that one. I need to go back and do some change-ups here, but of course with everything, as I complain numerous times, it's all about time and sleep and general things of that nature. So, who's going to die? Obviously the governor. They neutered the governor. He is such a pussy. He's a cuddlebug. Like, you know, when you watch the governor, the biggest question isn't like, you know, oh, what I would do if I was in that situation to kill that maniac. It's like, the only thing I can think of when I look at him is I'm like, would I let him come inside me? And I probably would. He's charming. He's a wonderful young man or gentleman. Yeah, he kept the daughter alive. Yeah, he had the heads. But, like, you know what, like Andrea, I can look past it. He was so not the dude from the comic who was just a sadistic, just maniac. I mean, he, you know, I guess I'm gonna make some comic book spoilers. You know, he raped the shit out of Michonne. That's why Michonne did what she did to him. She mangled him back. I think she cut off his diesel. She cut off some fingers, popped out an eye. I mean, she just fucked him up. So you have to get rid of him just because he's an arc. He's a season arc thing. Kill him there. Don't leave a cliffhanger. You killed him already. You killed him. You know, 2 episodes into whenever you introduced him in this past season. So fuck him. I really hope Andrea dies. Like I said, a terrible character. She's locked in a room in the bottom of a cellar. Like, what are they gonna, like, how much of the episode are they gonna dedicate to finding her again? Like, I know they're probably gonna keep her, but it would be, you know, she'd be a big name character to kill off, and I hope they do. I really do. Keeping in line with cliche television moments, you had the proposal of marriage for Glenn and Maggie. So one of them has to die. Like, one of them has to sacrifice themselves for the other, and then, like, when they're dying, they give the other person the ring, and then that person keeps the ring. So flip a coin. I think I'm going to get rid of Maggie. She's hot. Awesome cans. Love them. But they don't utilize them enough anyways. It's not like she goes around like, hey, you know, we got this camp, this guy governor, he sucks. We hate him. We need to convince him, you know, that we're good guys and we want to be partners and eat their food and have their electricity. And she's like, well, all right, well, I guess I'll go over there and bang him. And, you know, that'll be good. I got these big cans. And, you know, they're like, okay, great, you're an MVP. You know, you take one for the team. And, you know, like, gang bangs for, like, 2 episodes straight. And everything's cool. No, they didn't go that route. Whatever, you know. Well, I guess I'll let that go. Very, very typical here, these stats, if you notice. Next up, Carol. I'm sick of Carol. She did nothing. Here's what killed me about this this season. All right, so her and T-Dog, and I don't know how you have a guy named T-Dog. Like, I don't know if you remember when like they had to go back. This was after season 2, and T-Dog is like driving the car, and Lori's like, T-Dog, you have to go back. Like, who in their moment of, like, you know, despair is going to sit there and call somebody by their nickname, and by a dumb nickname at that, too? I mean, we're like, Tyrants, or Tyrone, or whatever your name was, you know, like, a T-Dog. Alright, come on. So, Carol runs away, hides in a cell, and I guess they dig a grave and bury her sash, her scarf. And then they find out, oh well, she's been in there, she's dehydrated, and that's no big deal. And we dug a grave for a scarf. Like, what were you like? What? Like, that was just dumb. A heavy burden. Did you shoot duck? You know, I should have shot him. I don't think you can shoot him. I mean, you know, duck goes on forever. Or no, I made his dad shoot him. That's right. And actually, I think that was much more fulfilling than me shooting him himself, because I think it really strained Kenny. And I didn't like Kenny. I wanted to make him crack, but you couldn't really do that. That's unfortunate. So anyways, Carol dying. Carol dies. I hope so. She's a pointless character. What has she done? Herschel. Yeah, he's good. He's got one leg. I don't know. He seems to just be like this guy you refer to. Like, I would kill him off. I'm done with Herschel. You know, in the comic, this is actually where he bites it. He takes one to the head. Same with Axel. This was in the comic. Oh my god, the comic was so fucking good, dude. In the comic, this whole fight goes down, and freaking Lori had just had her baby, and her and Rick and Carl, and she's holding the baby, and they're running, and they're like, we got to get the fuck out of here. The prison's gone. It's done. We're getting fucking raped. Governor is whipping ass, and she winds up taking a shotgun blast to the back. The blast goes through her back, through the baby, and you just see like her crumbled over in a heap, and you see like a little baby arm sticking out, and you know it's bad news. And Rick's like fucking destroyed. And it was actually after that series of events where the whole talking on the telephone thing came through, and that was actually, it was again done way friggin' better than the goddamn show. And you know, I'm usually like, oh, what a comic book nerd. He's such a, you know, he's nerding out for a comic book. Oh, he's going berserk. You know, the show's great. It's the greatest thing since, you know, fucking sliced bread and you know, fucking whatever the fuck else is great. But it really was. It's so good. If you haven't read the comics, you know, read the comics. I mean, maybe you shouldn't, because it'll disenfranchise you. You'll be like, what the fuck am I watching? So, yeah, I go on my tangents. It happens. Herschel, kill him. Beth, the little daughter, Okay, this is like stupid. This is like creepy stupid. She's like 17 going on 18, like a full-blooded woman. And freaking Carl is, 8 going on 9. He still has accidents in his bed. He still makes poop. Like it happens. Had to kill the mic there. The dogs were going a little ape shit. So he still craps his pants. And all of a sudden, like there's like this blossoming love story. They're giving each other eyes and stuff like that. Hee, little glances here and there. Like this isn't happening. The kid doesn't even have freaking pubes yet. She's a woman. She wants a grown man like DB. I'll give it to her. I would. But that's not the case. So she doesn't do anything anyways. Get rid of her. She feeds the baby. Whoop-de-doo. Milton Mamet gone. Done with Milton. Awkward character. Terrible character. He almost reminds me of the dude from Breaking Bad, where he has these he's just like this real sensitive guy. He's very naive. He doesn't belong in the universe. We're going to carry him around, go on adventures, and he's going to be like, I think I see zombies. Like maybe we can be friends with them. Let's recruit them. Like just a dumb character. Didn't work out. Kill him off. Save everybody time and money. I don't know what money you'd save, but just kill him. You got the new group. Tyrese, Sasha, the other 2 guys. One of them's already dead. Merle ate him. Kill the other guy. He doesn't matter. He sucks. I don't know. Probably get rid of Sasha. Why not? Got to keep Tyrese. Tyrese was the man in the comic. He was one of the beaters. Again, I didn't kill the boy in the attic. I made Kenny do it. I like that. So she can go, I guess. I don't know. She does nothing. She gave a couple words here and there. She has like no point. Martinez. Yeah, get rid of him. He can go either way. I mean, I don't know, he's useless. You have to. Let me get to the point here. You have to kill the baby. The baby's got to die. And if people are here listening, they're going, "Oh my goodness, are you gonna kill a baby?" Like, what is this? What is this show? They go around, they look for formula. Like it's just formula finding, and looking for baby items. Hey, well, let's find him a crib. Hey, let's find it a little bassinet or rattles. Like, no. That's not. I can't be the show. It's dopey. It's corny. Like, forget it. Have the governor pick the baby up and tear it in half or something. I don't know. He punts it over the fence, right into a zombie's mouth, and it gets eaten. Or I don't know. The baby turns into a zombie and it's walking around like Chucky doll or something. I don't know. Get rid of the baby. Done with the baby. He was smart in the comic. You realize within 5 minutes of this baby being born, it's like this can't be happening. You can't do it. So there's my death list. And the exclamation point is the baby. Get rid of that friggin' baby. Obviously to live, Rick, of course. Carl, I hate him. Let him live anyways. In the comic, he is mangled. He is like missing eyes. And he is like destroyed. But you gotta have that dynamic. I hate the actor. I think I don't know, he's corny. Daryl, I honestly would kill Daryl, but everybody loves Daryl. You gotta keep Daryl. I mean, whatever. Michonne, I think her character's coming along quite well. Tyrese, I think what's going to happen is Tyrese is going to wind up killing the governor, and that'll be his in card into the group. But I don't know. That's where my money's at, because as it stands right now, he's on their side. Technically, he's on their team. Who knows? If I'm missing somebody, it's because they're not important enough to care about. I don't know. Somebody posted on Twitter that there is going to be 27 deaths. So hopefully there will be a lot of mainstay characters who are dying. It just makes things interesting, Didn't remove your arm. Yeah, I see. I want after Kenny. Like I want to psychologically destroy him. But yeah. I don't know. I need to go back, especially this chapter. I mean, I'll maybe keep the arm, run around, see what happens. Great game, as I said before. So, yeah. So, anyways, the whole point of this, as I went over who's living, who's dying, why I care, why you should care, why I care, because you should always care what DB's up to. Just the way it is. I want your list, though. Give me your list. Let me know who's living, who's dying. What do you think? What do you think of my pontifications? Because I think my thoughts are perfect and dead on point. But that basically means like, you know, a volcano is going to erupt underneath the prison and just suck them all into like a lava sinkhole, and end this nightmare. What say you? Let's hear it. So I'm sure this is a lot longer than I anticipated. It always is. That's what she said. Longer than anticipated, etc. Follow me on Twitter. I don't know if you saw what happened with Reddit. I put my video on Reddit, the strip club story. Thought it was a good story. Post on Twitter like, hey, I made a Reddit. Haha. Shit closed down. Friggin' dude, can't cheat on Reddit. What the fuck? You know, break. So, I don't know, we'll figure it out. You know, Dannyboy Pleasure Dome on Reddit, look it up. Go rig my votes if you can. I'll put stuff up there. I don't know. What a bunch of jerks. I can see why Wally hated him so much. Quick update on Wally. There is no update on Wally. I talked to him. It's one of those things, man. It's up to him. It's his. He's got to talk on his own. I don't want to talk for the guy. I'm not his biographer. I certainly want to write that biography. Boy, I just friggin' tongue twisted myself on that one. It's not like life or death. You know, he's in a situation. Not the most, in my opinion, not the worst situation in the friggin' world. Certainly not one he can't talk about. But it's his story. It's for him to tell. I know everybody asks, how's Wally? Where's Wally? When's Wally's funeral? When's Wally's wake? When are we gonna have Wally's ashes spread out across the world? I don't think that's even happening. So stop praying. He's around. Love to figure it out. Love to get some more Borderlands 2. I miss Borderlands 2. And you know, I mean, hey, what are you gonna do? So here it is. There's my little stats. There's my little rants. There's my anger, which is always there. I'm watching the marathon right now, and they just showed that episode of Vados, which is probably the worst episode in the history of the series. Like, oh, the guy acts like he's from Training Day. Like, hey, you got guns, man? Want to take your guns? You know, like he's some sort of badass guy, and then like he's running a retirement home. Like, those are just, you know, zombie eggs waiting to hatch. You know, at any moment you wake up in the morning and, like, you know, grandma is now eating, you know, Carl, Kim, Billy, whatever name you want to throw out there. Like, I don't know, terrible. Terrible, terrible. All I'm doing is hating. I'm a hater tonight. I'm tired. So, here we go. That exit took so much longer than it needed to. Have a wonderful night. I love all of you. Kisses, kisses, toodles. And we will be back with our regularly scheduled programming soon. Ooh! Bioshock Infinite. Definitely gonna check that out. Should hopefully have some footage up of that sooner rather than later. Toodles.